I would like to know what they were looking for, like
For the
what
question.
we would be looking for as a response for friendship, because
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's so much more broad that it seems difficult
Yeah.
for kids to actually
And
find.
then like
In this example, we see that teachers are moderating, but they need more clarity in what example answers would be. How my school approached this was writing up the exam models and then using backwards design. This allows the school to have consistency and defensible judgments of students' learning from the beginning. Students understand that the expectations in teacher X's class for an A will be the same as teacher Y's class for an A across the whole year level. If everyone is not on the same wavelength of what students should be achieving before the results come in, then there'll be major problems arising from teacher expectations being different, as we
I can see that coming down from an A to a B, now that you guys have pointed that out.
I gave that a C for the main reason that I didn't really feel it was suited to the audience and purpose. It was supposed to be, we knew what the film and text was, but I sort of felt like they were just recalling it in a lot of sections, I think. It was more like...
yeah, I agree on that one. And the fact that it's saying like your audience is, you know, like well versed in like literature essays and stuff like that, and you're someone of knowledge.
So the following group members then gave it a B, an A and a D. Myself thought it was worthy of a C, and that was it. If there'd been model responses, then we would have all been on the same page from the start. So it's important that teachers are on that.
I feel like now after discussing this with you, I've realised I'm harsh. But like,
So that's another example of when teachers do not have those model responses from the beginning, that visions can become cloudy. How do you defend judgments when teachers are actively admitting that they themselves were too harsh when it came to the marking process? It's too late when the assessments are being marked. Junior school summative assessment tasks are created through backward design and backtracking senior years and the QCAA syllabus. Students are introduced to simplified standards that will be expected of them in the senior school and when they go for their OP. Students understand the system better as they follow a simplified version from Year 7. The way the Social Science Department and English Department approach moderation is quite similar, as is across the whole school. Because moderation occurs so often at the school I was at, they've created an easier way to complete this. As we can see, it takes 40 minutes to get through 3 samples. And that's because everyone is on that different wavelength. At my school, they used a sheet version of moderation. So as we can see on the side, there is samples A, B, C, D, and E. And next to that is an agree or disagree box. The teacher will mark whether they agree with the mark or disagree with the mark. And if they disagree, they will put comments in. Teachers leave this moderation slip in the teacher's pigeonhole who has been assigned to them. And if there are any disagreements in the marks, then that gives to the head of department, and the head department reads the assignment and overrules. This is a more concise and less time-consuming practice. If there are any arguments, then a meeting occurs with the HOD, who will either choose to change the mark or keep it. This was a problem that arose in our moderation. As we can see in our video, a disagreement on marks sort of occurs around the 20-minute mark. By the end of the session, the member who disagreed with the rest of the group no longer contributes and retreats into herself a bit, because she clearly doesn't agree with the marks decided. So not as many arguments arise in the social science department, it's more straight down the line. The students either right or wrong, so there's not as much room for big arguments to occur. It is more open to interpretation as
sample, C+.
are the arguments.
yes.
So as we can see here,
Second sample, D.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sample 3, we all agreed on B+.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Brilliant.
Awesome.
That's it.
There we go.
The people who suffer most when teachers are not a united force or on the same page from the beginning are the students. Quality assurance, moderation, and having those defensible judgments is such an important part of any whole school ethos. It's important that we are proactive with our quality assurance instead of reactive in order to give those defensible judgments. I'm Courtney Hazeldine. Thank you.